Well, hello and welcome to another day at the Citrine Palace. My name is Vervain, for those of you who don't know me, and today I thought that I would film a November favorites video, which I don't know. I think it was like about this time last year that I filmed my last favorites video, so we'll see if I can kind of keep on the YouTube train this time. We will see. So I wanted to share with you a couple of the more witchy things that I've been really enjoying this past November. It is December now. It's like December 3rd or 4th or something. I don't know. I don't know. It's the day after the full moon, basically. Or maybe it's like the day after the day. It's Monday. Hi. So I guess we'll start with what I have right here, which is something that I've definitely been enjoying for too long. It's like almost lost its color. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it's like clear. But this is Chaga. I can taste it. This is Chaga tea. We're just like so out of bags. We asked Mickey to bring some the last time that she came to visit, but we like reached out too late and she didn't get to bring it. So we've had our last like 2 little bags of Chaga mushroom chunks simmering in the same crock pot for like probably like 3 weeks now. It's really weak, but it definitely still tastes like Chaga, and it's still better for me than hot water. So I've been drinking a lot of Chaga. I do get my Chaga from Barefoot 5, and I recommend it. Always good chi, good vibes, good Chaga, and if you just have it going in a crock pot, it lasts forever and super good for you, and you can read all about it on other parts of the internet. The other thing that I've really been enjoying drinking this past month is duck shit Phoenix Oolong, and like that's just actually what it's called, and I can tell you why it's called that. But this is the spring harvest duck shit, and so duck shit is one of the I'm just gonna have to tell you this. Okay, so there's a tradition among Chinese tea farmers, or like a practice, not a tradition, because it takes so long to cultivate a new strain of tea via clones and cuttings, of like stealing cuttings from your neighbor's new tea plants so that you'll have the same variety of tea when they finally get to market, and you'll, match them at market. And so this tea was originally going to be called, I think, the dark-legged one, which is also a super badass name, but to fool people to basically trick people into thinking that it was not any good tea, he just called it duck shit. He was like, nobody will want to copy duck shit, so it's duck shit. It's now obviously one of the most famous Phoenix Oolongs that there is, which just means that it's a partially oxidized tea from the Phoenix Mountains, where there is a tradition of very individualized, floral and fruity, fine oolongs. And this is so we've had the winter duck shit at Guan Tea House for a while, for the last summer or whatever. Ugh, I wish you could smell this. You can't, but that's what it looks like. It's actually pretty good lighting. The winter duck shit is greener and it's not as roasty, and this spring duck shit is much roastier, and I really like roasty teas. So I'm really super glad that the spring duck shit is in. If you want to try this, if you're interested in learning Kung Fu Cha, I do get this at Guan Tea House. I think you can get it on the Guan Tea House website, spelled as such. If you can't, then you should definitely be able to get it on the West China Tea Company website. You can get duck shit all over, but I think West China always has the best teas. That's just been my experience. Like, I know I work for them, But I don't, at least right now, I don't have any way set up to get a cut from sales from you guys. I just honestly think it's the best tea that I've had. Okay, so let's do some decks. I brought 2 decks, an Oracle deck and a Tarot deck. The Oracle deck that I've been... Okay. The Oracle deck that I've been really digging is the Doreen Virtue Magical Unicorns Oracle deck. And I think I maybe even actually had this in my last favorites video, but the unicorns have been speaking to me, which... I've just been really feeling unicorns. And, like, they have these beautiful gilt edges. I need to do just, like, an actual review on this soon. But all the cards, like, there's not any exercise. That's, like, the most negative card in this deck. Best friends. What does this say? It's okay to be different. Like, they're all fucking, pardon my French, they're all very positive. Laughter. Hello and goodbye, and that's the cover of a treasury of children's literature or whatever that I have. I love the art. It's so positive. Like, I've been getting, like, a lot of mystical, spiritual, like, downloads. I've been processing a lot of information. Like, that part of my life has been very, very, very active this last month, and so I've had a lot to process. And every time I see most of my other decks of cards, at least the last 2 weeks, I'm kind of like, I have enough information, I'm going through enough. Like, I'm still trying to figure out the last 15 things that my gods told me. I'm not ready for a tarot reading right now. But I still sometimes feel a little stuck. And that's when I really like to get out my unicorns. Is like, just tell me something nice about my life. Because I know there are nice things about my life. It's just sometimes hard to think about. So that's Magical Unicorns Oracle deck. And maybe I'll pull one at the end of this video. I think I'll do that. I hope I remember. I will get to the other deck, but before I get to the other deck, as long as we're talking about unicorns, I wanted to share this Messages from the Unicorns coloring book by Hay House, which I got, I think, like, either for my birthday or Christmas last year, and I started coloring it in it right away, and it's been with me kind of on and off all year, but this last month I really have been, again, like, connecting with unicorns, and I want to show you the one. Oh, okay, this is the one that I just colored. Isn't she beautiful? And it says, and they all the pages say really nice things. So, like, this one says, "Our horns are antennae to heaven, helping us to be receptive to divine input that guides us along our path. You also receive divine guidance as repetitive feelings, thoughts, ideas, and signs that, when listened to and followed, keep you safe and supported. As you color this page, notice any gut feelings or thoughts to take positive action." And it's got, like, nice little messages from the unicorns all through it. And the other thing that I just recently noticed, and I have not had time to explore this feature, but I'm really excited about it, is that if you flip all the way to the back here, there's actually, I guess I shouldn't show you, like, the code, or I might not be able to use it, but it includes a download for a unicorn meditation. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds like fun. And I just bought, I haven't colored in them yet, I just bought the Mermaid and Fairy coloring books by Doreen Virtue, and I forget, one of them has a meditation download and one of them doesn't. I was really, really excited about both of them having it. I just, like, assumed, but one of them does not. I don't even know if it's gonna be good. I don't know anything about it. It just excites me. And this book is it's so pretty and so peaceful to color in, and so comforting and beautiful. And that's all I have to say about that. And they were just, I don't know if they still are. They're probably not. But Hay House things go on sale all the time. Like we got the Mermaid and Fairy ones in the $5 stocking stuffer sale. That's why I got them. I'm not like in a buying things place in my life right now, but $5 each for magical coloring books is pretty good. Okay, actually we'll do some other books before we get to the other deck. So 2 books that are not coloring books that I've been really hitting it off with this month are Taking Up the Runes by Diana L. Paxton, which I like kind of can't believe that I've only just started reading this month, and only like I just bought it this month and I just started reading it, because basically as long as I've been seriously trying to study the runes, like this has been one of the top recommended resources. And I have a way of, I usually just buy books as they come to me at half price and thrift stores. Like, I don't usually hunt them down. I'm kind of like, oh, the light just started glowing really orange. I tend to like to find books as they come to me in thrift shops and half price books and stuff. But this one, I had read a couple other rune books, including Futhark by Edred Thorson. I really, really enjoyed that one, but I feel I read that one a few years ago, and I feel like I processed that information, and I feel like I'm still missing a lot of understanding about the runes. I bought The Woman's Book of Runes by I Wish I Could Tell You who wrote it, and I've been really enjoying some of the perspectives in that one, but I still felt like I wasn't quite there. My friend Abigail, who I've been kind of teaching some stuff about runes, brought her copy of this over to my house that she had just got and let me look through it, and I was like, okay, this is it. I have to have this book. Let me see if I can show you a little bit. I've only read, I'm like still on, so it goes through the runes in pairs, and I've been through the Fehu Uruz chapter, and I'm just now on the Thursaz Ansu's chapter, but it's so in-depth. So, like, here, so there's a big background chapter that's really good. Chapter 1, Fehu and Uruz, and it goes into the pronunciation, the ancient meanings, all here translated from the rune poems, and her interpretations based on other scholars' interpretations, and modern meanings. This is actually more about other scholars' interpretations. Interpreting and using Fehu, like in divination and magic. And that goes down here. And then we've got the same whole thing that goes on with Uruz. And then Fehu and Uruz study and experience. And so there's a whole bunch more like relevant information here about the Vanir, and then here's a ritual for abundance, and a love spell that you can do with Fehu, a spell for strengthening that you can do with Uruz, and a spell to dispel illness. And then it's written out to be like a study guide for like a study group for runes, which is really good because I want to study this in depth with other people, and I've been studying this in and out with Abigail, and it's really nice now that we both have this book, and hopefully we can do some of these rituals together, and maybe I can get some of my other witchy friends excited. But basically, having this book is not like the only thing that's put me in this place. I've been reading a lot of other things, and I've had a lot of direct mystical experiences in the last couple weeks that have really kind of shaken my worldview, my magical worldview, and my spiritual and religious worldview, in good ways, I think. But this has definitely been a key part of that. Also by Diana Paxson is this book, Odin, which was actually just published. I kind of can't believe it, because I was like just thinking, man, I really need this book. And then I bought it on Amazon, and I was reading it, and it recommended Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman, and I was like, that just came out like less than a year ago, so how recent is this. So this is pretty recent, published this year, 2017, and I'm not very far in. I've just read the Wanderer chapter and the Master of Magic chapter. So it's 9 chapters about the 9 like main faces of Odin. Probably the thing that I've gotten the most out of this book so far is just I found myself, and I'll do another video about this. I'll do probably a lot of videos about this, hopefully. I'm really, really wanting to get back into this YouTube thing more. It's a good outlet for me, and I think we make good connections here. Don't we? I don't know. I mean, you tell me. I think this is a really good forum for this sort of study and discussion. Anyhow, but I've had over the last 4 years, I've had some pretty intense direct mystical experiences with what I feel strongly to be one or more aspects of Odin, and some of them have just been like, it's gotten very, very real. Like, I've always been, I don't want to talk too much about this in this video, I've always been somebody who kind of has like a plan B belief system in the background, like, oh, I'm all with the magic and stuff, but like, I know what's really going on scientifically behind it all. And I'm very much finding myself in territory where it's like, I guess I'm just gonna be a crazy person now because I have to just hang on by the skin of my faith, which is terrifying for a skeptic, but we'll see how this goes. But so the really amazing thing is that this introduction talks a lot about other people having similar experiences of being visited or whatever, and this is just, so far, it's just helped me feel like I'm not so fucking alone, and like I'm not crazy, or at least like if I'm crazy, so are all these other people, which, you know, is nice. So back on the Odin, still on the Odin track, actually, this really is not related unless you know. Anyhow, I've said a lot of things. This was given, well, this pouch was given to me a long time ago with another deck in it that I have now reappropriated for vision board use because it was missing, I think, the Tower card. Because I didn't really read with it super well, but it's super pretty. It's the, like, Primavera Tarot or Art Nouveau Tarot. It's one of those Lo Scarabeo Art Nouveau decks. But this mink fur was given to me on Samhain. A friend brought it from, I don't know where she got it, but it was like vintage, and she had just a bunch of scraps, and she brought this one to put on the Samhain altar, and then she gave it to me after Samhain. And this deck was also given to me on Samhain by another friend, and so it felt like they kind of called to be together. I don't actually know if I should, like, show this. Well, I'll see if I can find something kind of tame. Well, I don't know what's allowed. This is all, like, none of it's... Okay, it's the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Here's the backs. If you're not into sexual magic, maybe skip ahead a minute or so. Here, that's a very tame one. That's pretty much probably the tamest card in this deck. It's full of, it's really, really beautiful cards. Probably not super good for reading, like, most readings that you would want to do with tarot, but for specific relationship work and, I guess, sex magic type work, it's been very helpful for me. It's spoken, like, very, very clearly, not in ways that the, like, tarot, like, you can't, for me, you can't draw the Nine of Pentacles and expect it to mean what you usually think the Nine of Pentacles means, but the messages visually and in the book have been very clear to me for their specific times, and that just like the way that it all came to me on Samhain, which was significant, and I can talk about that later. Yeah, it's just been sitting very strongly with me magically. Okay, crystals. Woo! I think I actually only brought one crystal, which is kind of ridiculous, but most of the crystals that are like really lighting up my life right now, other than this one, are like in their spaces, and I didn't want to bring them. Like, there's this celestite that's been kind of hanging out on my nightstand, and I just really wanted to keep it on my nightstand. And then we have some that are in grids downstairs. My smoky quartz sphere is in a grid downstairs, and that's been really, really feeling good to me. And my garnets are holding down the corners on the seasonal altar, and those are really, I've been feeling very connected to those. And I'm not wearing it right now, but I've been wearing my my puzzle ring with the garnet in it a lot lately. But this stone, this was just given to me just a few days ago by my friend Happy. And I think he got it at Johnson's Rock Shop. And it was sold as amethyst, but it's definitely ametrine, and I don't know. Like, if you go on my Tumblr, there's a gif of it. It's, oh, wow. It's hard to show you in this world, in this light, but just trust me, it feels so good. When I opened it, I literally cried. I was like holding it, taking in the beauty, and it was candlelight, and there's just like this whole section of it is just like orange when the light's coming through it from behind, and it just filled me with this feeling of like being held by loving sunshine, if that makes any sense. But that was really, I've just been having it around since then. I've really been carrying it up and downstairs with me most days, having it up in my bedroom when I'm sleeping, and up down in the kitchen when I'm down there. And so that's been really nice. And we'll just put it out of the way where I can see it though. I did bring a few makeup things because I am kind of excited about them, and I think lots of us like makeup, even though it's not witchy. I think it's witchy. I think dressing up your face in, like, I think the ways, for me, makeup, clothing, it's always a costume. Like, the line between costume and clothing is not really there for me. Like, it's a spectrum, and I really feel like most days, 90% of the time, like, I just don't wear any makeup, or like maybe I wear some lipstick, or like maybe I smear some gold across my eyelids or something. But like most of the time I just don't wear makeup. When I do wear makeup, it's a creative expression, and it's like, oh, I like color, and I like the things that these shapes of these colors bring out about my being. Anyhow, that said, this LA Girl brow kit is just, I like it because it was cheap. It was like $7 or something. And it's got mirrors, it's a very all-in-one thing. And like, while the tools that come with it are not super good, they do the job. And the only thing is that they're hard to get out of the thing without turning the thing upside down. But there's tweezers in here for picking hairs. It comes with this little brush, which you can actually apply the powder to your brows with this one. It's like very hard plastic, but it works. It does the job. And then this is great for like brushing your brows out. It's got 2 different browns. It's got highlight tone for the brow bone, and then it's got this wax for sealing the shape and sealing everything in place. And oh, let's put this brush back in there where it goes. And I just find this like I can do my brows in the car while my boyfriend is driving if I have to. I can just toss this thing and I have everything that I need, and that's amazing. That's just the first product because it was on top. My favorite thing that I've been using like probably every day this month, and again, I think I might have talked about this in my like only other favorites video that I've ever done last year, but it's so good. It's so good. I'm so in love with it. And it's the Chaga Glow Fairy Dust highlighter. I don't know if she calls it a highlighter. That is what it is, or face powder or whatever. I definitely am wearing it all over my entire face. I don't know if you can see there's like a bit of a golden sheen. And so the Chaga Glow, it's made by my friend Sarah Holder with Chaga in it, I believe. I believe every product in the line has some Chaga in it. I'm not actually super clear on that. I don't know why I'm smelling it. It doesn't really smell like anything. But it's very sparkly, and it just gives this. Here, actually, I have the brush, so I'll show you on my arm. I don't know if that helps me make my point at all. No, you can't really see that. But you can totally see it in person. I think you can see it on my face. And it diffuses the light. It makes me look much smoother than I am if you get up really close and look and to be sure how smooth exactly I am. It's so easy to dust on, and this is the brush that I've been using for it. I think I picked this up at like Ross or like Marshall's or Home Goods or someplace like that. It says, and it was a while ago, but it says the Vintage Cosmetic Company, and it says bronzing. And it's just a very light and fluffy brush. It feels very, very soft. It doesn't, okay, yeah, it's great. And I didn't pay very much for it. It's held together really well for a whole year. And it's really great at applying this evenly and softening it out. I did bring some of my other Chaga Glow eyeshadows. They're not like my favorite eyeshadows in terms of payoff, but I do really, really like them, especially if I'm wanting to feel more natural and not layer on. If I'm not wanting to do like 20 minutes of full face and do primer and foundation and base and really pigmented eyeshadows and stuff, and I just want like some color and some shimmer, I'll do my face with just Chaga Glow. And so this is what I'm wearing right now, is this green one that I think is called Lamb's Ear. This pale one that's actually pretty translucent, and I think it's called Moon Dust. It's very shimmery though. And then this one that I'm not actually sure if it's the same as Meteorite that is on the Etsy right now. This looks a little more blue to me, but that's what's in my crease area. And the other thing that I'm wearing on my face, two other things that I'm wearing on my face right now, I wore them because they're my favorites. This Argan Wear mascara by Physicians Formula. It's just got a super nice, like silky smooth formula. I really love the pretty bottle. It's got argan oil in it. It makes me feel like it's good for me. I don't know if it's good for me or not, but and then this is the lipstick that I'm wearing that I love for fall. It's just like metallic orange, brown, pumpkin spice. It's like metallic pumpkin spice. It's called Bronze Beauty number 31. And that's, I think it's Milani. Wow, how about some focusing? Kind of, maybe. No, okay. Bronze Beauty, and it is Milani. Number 31. And I just really like that metallic orange. I'm gonna have to cut this hole section out because I feel like that was not useful at all. Alright, now that I've removed my glasses and I can't see anything, and I've moved all my things all over the place, I think that's everything that I wanted to show you for favorites. Which brings us to, I did remember, guys. I'm going to draw a unicorn card for us. And I'll read what it says. And I know it's, oh my god, we've been here for 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to be fast. Is it long, yes, I made the long-necked unicorn. I'm going to take this one. I keep drawing this one. I guess this must be for all of us today, but this is definitely still for me. It says, finish what you've started. And then it says underneath, you've started something important and now it's time to conquer it. So whatever that may be for you, I guess it's time to go conquer it now. Thank you so much for sitting with me while I rambled on about my favorite witchy things this past November. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, please like and hit subscribe. Let me know what other sort of videos you'd like to see. I have a lot of things planned out if I can stick to this. I have a lot of things that I want to do, but if there's anything in particular that you want to do, I may do it sooner. And I'll see you all around later. I love you.